Hey, good morning. Pat Seekins, operations with the Rocky Mountain Area Type 1 Incident Management Team. And I'm here again this morning to give you an update on the Tamarack Fire. Currently, we're sitting at 45% containment today, as of this morning. So we'll start up here on the north end of the fire again, Branch 1, Division Kilo. Same chunk of ground here. As you can see, a lot of black line all the way to Highway 395. So everything is looking very secure all along this north end of the fire. So once again, a lot of really good work has been done in here with the hand crews going direct right along the fire's edge, all the way to Bryant Creek and all the way back to the Carson River here. So everything's looking really good on the north end of the fire all the way to Highway 395. Moving over to the northeast corner of the fire, everything along Highway 395 up until we get to this slop over here is looking really good. They've added some containment here on the west side, and they're still going to be working on closing the door here. This has been walked around and checked and some hand line completed, but they want another really good shift in here just to make sure everything's really secure on this end before we turn this area black. Continuing on in Division Oscar, once again we pick up black line all the way back to Highway 395. Everything's looking really good in there. Locked in from a fire perspective right along the fire perimeter just to reduce any potential to the southeast and of course to the north. So looking really good right along the fire's edge there. Coming in around Holbrook and the subdivisions here, we do have line in place, of course. There's still some mop up here just to secure that fire perimeter around the homes in here. So that'll continue today to work this piece back to Highway 395. Along Highway 395, we've got a lot of containment here. As you can see, we added this yesterday all the way up to the Dozer line, and that'll just continue to improve as they work towards more direct options with hand crews right along the fire's edge once again. Looking for opportunities. So the southeast corner of the fire is looking very secure from a fire perspective, just to reduce that future threat to the south and Highway 395. Continuing west into Division Quebec, there is some fire behavior in here, but a lot of good opportunities that firefighters are finding to continue to make progress, going direct right along the fire's edge. With hotshot crews, hand crews, good hand line opportunities to continue to connect the dots to the west all the way through this country. And eventually the plan is to connect this back to Highway 89. So there's still a lot of work to do in here, but a lot of good work has been done and a lot of good potential. Folks are feeling good about the opportunities in here to begin to lock this off over the next 2 to 3 days, all the way back to Highway 89. All right, picking up the fire edge west into Division Tango. So we're in Branch 2, Division Tango, right at the Highway 89 intersection, moving west. This fire edge right here, this first couple miles of fire edge is looking really good from a fire perspective. Very little activity right here. So crews and dozers feel like they have a good opportunity to once again get right along the fire's edge and increase that containment over the next couple days. Continuing on west in Division Tango, we start to get into some pretty steep, rugged terrain. So crews are going to have to really assess if they can be successful in getting here safely to continue to secure this fire edge from continuing to back and move down towards Highway 4 down here. So that is the plan, to continue to go right along the fire's edge and continue to increase containment over the next couple days. Moving into the south end of the fire, what we're calling Division Alpha. This country is really steep and rugged. I've mentioned before, we've got a lot of natural barriers, rock, steep, rugged terrain, just a lot of rock and cliffs here right along this fire's edge. We do have a wildland fire module, which is a hand crew of 10 folks, kind of specialized in monitoring fire behavior, but also establishing some containment options out here, meaning containment hand line, looking for really good options, whether that's through aircraft or additional crews, and watching this fire behavior and looking for opportunities where we can secure possibly portions of this edge within Alpha. Just to kind of summarize Division Alpha, we'll begin to staff this division with those type of resources, specialized resources, potentially a drone to really check the heat perimeter here so we can focus on areas of concern, if any, that may pose a threat from this fire continuing to move slowly to the west or to the south. Once again, this is open perimeter, so there is still some concern, but this fire edge here has moved very little. Once again, it has a hard time finding its way through these rocks and really steep, rugged terrain to really get any kind of momentum to make a big push through here. So we're very focused in Division Alpha, very focused on finding good options in here, and that'll continue over the next couple of days. Moving to the north, back up here we get into Division Foxtrot, where we see additional containment line. That'll continue down to here, so we should see some additional containment in these red areas over the next 1 or 2 days as crews get in here, assess and secure this perimeter to kind of lock off this corner on the west side, just to completely reduce the threat to the northwest towards Highway 88. And obviously you can see we closed the door here yesterday, so those crews did a great job on kind of finally securing this perimeter here, just west of Crystal Springs and south of Highway 88. So our crews are feeling very confident from a fire perspective right along the fire's edge here, that this edge is very secure. Continuing on to the east, once again secure. This has not changed. Everything is looking good from a fire perspective or a fire threat perspective. This fire is secure along this whole edge, all the way back to where we started from here in Division Kilo. So everything south of Woodford's is very secure. These evacuations have been lifted and repopulation continues. And as I mentioned, repopulation in certain areas of the fire is well coordinated with the sheriff and the county departments. So we give them the fire perspective on how secure the fire edge is, and that enables them to make good decisions on where folks can repopulate. I will mention, as folks do repopulate in certain areas of the fire, things may look a lot different as you go in there. You may see some isolated smoke within the fire perimeter. However, most of that smoke is surrounded by previously burned areas. So those previously burned areas are really no threat from a fire potential. There'll be a lot of black burned trees, so that visual of coming in and reentry may look a little different to folks. We do have structure groups still in place, still focused on Spring Valley and Holbrook, patrolling the Highway 395 corridor just to continue to secure the edge. Highway 395 is fully open now, so we'll just be careful along the highway here, but that threat to Highway 395 has been reduced significantly. We still have a night presence, so we do have a night shift still staffing 24 hours. Those resources have been reduced because of the reduced threat at night and the increased containment we've had on the fire overall. And that's where we're at.